What up, world? It's your girl, Casey the Connect. Who's styling who? Kalia Clark, Mamonte Mondays. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're tuned into who? Me. Who's styling who? Where do I begin? Should I go right into Kanye's Mamonte, because he is the official Mamonte of tonight's show. Kanye West decided to go on a rant, but we're going to go back to that because that's like a whole show. My guest, I'll let her chime in because she's a designer. Say hi.
Hi, guys. Hello, hello.
Welcome to the Who's Styling Who show. Now, the weekend went as follows. You know, here at S.STREET Media, we do a whole bunch of events, showcases. So they had, was it the Trippy Fest this week?
No, it was Industry Outsiders.
Industry Outsiders. So shout out to all the performers that performed there. What was the other event?
That was all this weekend. Oh, the week before we had the Trip Over relaunch.
Shout out to the Trip Over relaunch. Fresh off the plane from Tula, Mexico. Excuse me for 1 second. Fresh off the plane from Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and Tulum. Big shout out to Mi Casa. My first ever house festival. I have to thank my friend Tania. That's cute, girl. Sony, the DJ, my roomie, and everybody that was there. It was my first house experience, and I've been, you know, I'm a dancer, so I love music. I totally fell in love with house. I realized that I should have been a house dancer my whole life because house is life. When that beat drops and you just can be free, you also can wear sneakers, which as a dancer, you know, like you could just be comfortable. So house is life. I met so many amazing people. Lyric Cruz, Dina, Sin Rose, New York's own Sin Rose. If you do not know who Sin Rose is, follow Sin Rose NYC. The last Toka Tuesday is October 18th, and my girl Danny P will be celebrating her birthday. So big shout out to her. Big shout out to Toka Tuesday, Tony Touch. You had an amazing run. That was a legendary party. If you haven't been to a Toka Tuesday, I suggest you come out this Tuesday and really, experience that Mamonte. Now, of course, I have to give a super, duper shout out to Tariq Buds. He did his annual Buds and Bars. Tay and Zay are the season 2. The season 2 or season 3. Don't get me to lying, but they're season winners. Tay and Zay, they hold the belt now as the winners. So big shout out to Tay and Zay. I actually went with them to Charlemagne the God show. It's called The Hell of a Week. That was a Mamonte. I actually got to see them perform. My guy Terrence Clayton, Kevin the Connect, and Miss 2B's Ebony. And of course, my girl Brittany Benson. So shout out to Charlemagne the God with Whoopi Goldberg was on the show. Marlon Wayans. That was a Mamonte. I was in the crowd dancing, of course, so I got my camera time and doing the challenge. One thing about me, if there's a TV, I'm going to try to be on it. I want to thank everyone that's been calling, texting, and showed me love when they saw me on the BET Awards. That was a very big viral moment for me. So thank you. Thank you to everybody that tagged me, called me, DM'd me. That was so much love. You know, you don't really think people are watching until they actually really see you, and then you see how many people support you and really are following the movement. So again, I want to thank everyone that's been tuning into the Who's Styling Who show. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to thank all of Keke Palmer's fans that have got me. I'm only 102 subscribers from 1K for the Who's Styling Who YouTube channel. Now, you know me. I'm like Oprah. I'm always trying to give away things so that we can give a little incentive. If you subscribe to the Who's Styling Who show, all my next 100 subscribers will be getting different brand treats. One brand I want to give a shout out to is Gastronites. They are a brand, and I will be doing marketing for them. So if you are interested, stylists, hit me up. Artists, Gastronites, follow them on all social media platforms. I want to thank Evelyn Lambert for this dope sweater. It says, God, give me a sign. Please, Lord, give me a sign. Let me know if I'm doing the right things. Give me a sign if he is the man that should not be in my circle. Rebuke him. Get him away. God, give me a sign. Big shout out to Evelyn Lambert. Who's Branding You is coming. We were doing another part 2 in November. Follow, like, comment, share. But we have next week the part 3, right? Two. The Algorithm, hosted by the lovely Kalia Clark. I'm looking for everyone, all types of talent, even brands. If you want to come out, last time I showcased a brand called Il Corp. Roxy, if you would like, give me 5 pieces. Come show out. The Algorithm is all about just us and hitting that hashtag and making the algorithms go up. We need 3 designers who stop to showcase their stuff, their brand. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you tuned into the Who Style and Who show on S.STREET Media. Now, the biggest momente of my weekend was I got to style Cortez and Method Man Training Day, the exclusive. You hearing the exclusive, what happened this Sunday. So my Sunday fun day was with my favorite human being in the whole entire world. He goes by the name of METHOD Man. Thank you, Method Man, for all you do for Who Style and Who, which is let me present you with a whole bunch of brands emerging and established. And you give me the opportunity, and you give brands the opportunity to just show you how much they love you and hopes that they can see you in their clothing. And I want to thank you for all the support, Meth. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're tuned into the Who Style and Who show. Thank you again, Meth, for all the love that you show Who Style and Who, because people don't really understand product placement, I think. And especially with celebrities. Celebrities do not have to wear anything unless they really get paid. So when they really do wear it out of love, you should really just respect that and just be so happy. And especially from me, who is always, and this is a good segue into you, on really just helping brands get to the next level. And I single-handedly will say that Who Styling Who, that's what my show has been about for the last 12 years. I think everyone who has ever been a guest on the Who Style and Who show, anyone who likes, comments, shares, returns a post, has ever featured on my show, sends product, keep sending the product. If you would like to be featured on the Who Style and Who show, email whostyling, that's WHOSSTYLING, who@gmail.com. And of course, Kalia Clark on all social media networks and platforms. You can DM me and I always respond. Thank you guys for tuning into the Who Styling Who. Again, brands, get at me. I am looking for brands for Who's Branding You. And I'm also just looking to connect with brands. Art Basel. I'm sorry, I can't say it wrong. Art Basel is December 1st in Miami, Florida. Who Styling Who will be presenting December 2nd in Wynwood. Follow. This year's theme is just do you. You just got to really do you, be you, and just live the momente. So follow Who Styling Who. And if you would like to be, I'm opening a casting call for all models. It's a lifestyle. We will come as you are. I'm looking for plus size, all races, big, tall, small. But I need you to be able to walk. And I want you to want to be there. So brands, if you want to be featured in the Who Styling Who Art Basel presentation in Woodwood. You know, I do a street show every year. Doing it again. So comment, like, share, subscribe to the Who Styling Who show. Hit me up, Kalia Clark, if you would like to be a guest on the Who Styling Who show. Brands, if you want to be featured for Art Basel, this is the time to hit me up. Welcome tonight's guest.
Hello.
Let the world know who you are.
Hello, my name is Roxy Lizama. I'm a fashion designer from Brooklyn, New York.
Yes, Brooklyn. She's being modest. She's not only a fashion designer. If you follow her regular page, she is a model, honey, and she be serving looks and she be giving it. At one point when I realized that was what you were doing, I was like, let's go. Like, I first was like, okay, are we not a designer anymore?
No.
Are we just
doing both.
modeling? But how does that work for you? Because you're really into... Last time I saw you, you were at the Daniel Leather show.
Yeah.
Modeling for Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm. So
What's been happening now? You just had your own fashion show this weekend. Actually, yesterday.
Yep.
So you're fresh. I'm your first interview right off the runway.
And you were also my first interview ever.
Oh.
I remember a few years back, so, full circle.
I
Yeah. I go back and forth with modeling just because I love modeling. I think it's just fun. And when I first started getting into the fashion industry, it was through modeling, but being my size and being short and some stuff like that, it wasn't really accepted.
Right.
So I kind of transitioned into designing. But now all sizes are more welcome, all heights are more welcome. The curvy girls are getting love now. So I feel like, being in the fashion world, when people see me, they just ask me, do you want to model for this? And,
Well, you have a really distinct look, I would say, in the sense of that you give me Eva Pickford vibes when you're small, but you know how to walk. I've seen you walk and serve.
I actually like runway more than pictures, more than print. Yeah.
And why is that?
I like walking. I feel like even throughout the day, like I walk like that regular. Like every day is my runway. The world is my runway.
Of course, the people want to now. We're going to have to push back and give a little walk. We can't talk about the walk without saying
now.
You have to because it makes sense. Just go from right here and sit right back.
I'm nervous.
Sit right back. Push the chair out a little bit right there. Right? And just come just a little twirl. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Stop. Swirl. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. See who's styling home. Simple, quick. Either
The pressure.
Yeah, honey, because Joan Rivers raised me here, and I think my last 10 shows I've been very up and down. Some days I want to be, I don't want to say mean Casey. It's just real Casey. Tonight's word is emotional what?
Intelligent.
Emotional intelligence. So now, guys, bear with me. When I learn something, I kind of take it, run with it. So instead of cursing you out, I'm going to look at you, do the Care Bear stare, and just say emotional intelligence. Breathe. Because I'm most likely going to have to say it again because you're not going to get it. Emotional intelligence. And hopefully I don't have to pull out my scalpel after. We just have to work together, people.
I wish I knew that yesterday for that show.
Oh, my God. Okay, this is awesome. This is what I want to talk about. Fashion shows. So this is not your first. You're not new to this. You're true to this. How was the Roxy? Say your last name because I always mess it up.
Roxy Lizama.
Roxy Lizama. This is how I mentally will now remember it. Like Pal Zam, like Zam. So Roxy Lizama. Lizama. Is that African or?
I would say Venezuelan.
You're Spanish.
Well, I'm Trinidadian, but
yes,
the last name is
Trinidadian and Tobago.
But
I'm the type of girl you end up marrying. My nationality is Trinidadian. Trinidadians. What's up? It was a little, that shows my age. That was like one of the first like reggae songs that actually talked about like a race. And then Shabba Ranks came back like, but yeah, so I didn't know that you speak Spanish.
No, not really. I'm out of my siblings, I speak the least Spanish. Like my oldest.
So she's like a sixth generation. What you ranking? Are you the youngest?
I'm the youngest. Yeah.
So she's the youngest generation of non-speaking Spanish.
Pretty much. My mom, it stopped with like that generation. They're from Venezuela.
That's good. So let's talk about this fashion show. Shout out to Kevin Wu, Lawyers and Labels. He posted up there that this was the hottest fashion show. I saw it. I'm like, okay. I saw the room was packed out. Did you wind up having someone present before you?
I did.
And what brand was that?
Oh, I forgot her name. Is she something? She Quiz?
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry that I forgot her name. I actually was trying to get her to come out here today, but she ended up going back to Chicago.
Oh, wow. You
morning.
had a person all the way from Chicago. That's big.
Yeah, because I think it was Brooklyn Fashion Week last week, so she was already in town for that. That's great.
Oh, shout out to Carrie Penny. I saw that they showed in Brooklyn, something mall, Brooklyn Plaza Mall, I think.
She dripped. Thank you guys.
Oh,
appreciate it.
Huh?
Kings Plaza.
Yeah, Kings Plaza Mall. They showed Brooklyn Fashion Week there. There was a kid show right in the middle center. So big shout out to Brooklyn Kings Plaza. And shout out to Brooklyn Fashion Week. They're really doing their thing and much continuous success. I hope to partner with them, actually, because I think they do some great stuff. Or partner with you. So tell me, what was this year's collection inspired? I'm living for this.
Thank you.
Silver.
This collection was inspired definitely by like Missy Elliott, and I like that everybody says that too, because that means I did it right, I guess.
Nailed it.
And even Busta Rhymes, that era, I was giving
Everything's
like
in your eyes to see, yeah.
exact Scream, Michael Jackson, and Janet Jackson. Those are like my three like influences mainly, and just embodying that oversized, except for this one, but the oversized and the silver and the futuristic, out of this world, out of space.
Well, that's TLC. Remember when they did Scrub as well?
Yeah.
Today's message: I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from moi.
Period.
Someone said shout out to the queens. Tell them, she said what's up.
Hi, what's up? You're not gonna say her name?
Emil.
What up, Emil? Who's styling who? This is all about fashion, and we love fashion. And what I love about this young lady is that she serves fashion. So what season are we on of your collections? Because you've been doing this for a minute now.
I've been doing cut and sew at least for like 6 years, because before it was like more of a manufactured kind of thing. But yeah, I would say since I was 16, I was designing. So, yeah.
And a woman never tells her age. So you've been in the industry now for how long?
Like 13 years.
Wow. Give me a high.
I'm getting up there.
Well, if you're getting up there, that means I'm getting up there. And I'm thinking about, I never age. And as a MILF, I will just stay the same. Because what? Girls, we want to have fun. Okay. Ha, ha, ha. I'm going to need. Oh, well. Anyways. Moral of the story is, so you've been in the game for 13 years. Give me a high of being in the fashion industry, because I know when I ask you the low, that's another 15 minutes of the show.
Oh, man. I would say the high is just as a whole throwing these shows. Because sometimes, you want to be a part of Fashion Week, or you want to be a part of something. And what I realized within myself is just creating that lane. So I think my high is not only wanting to create a lane for myself, but actually implementing it and actually doing it. So I think
I will say this, the venue was a mamante, ladies and gentlemen, all white with the king chair, the royal chair right in the middle. I am so upset that I wasn't able to present. However, you bought me a treat.
I did, right?
I saw a silver bag. I mean, I didn't mean to assume that was for me. That could have just been your tote bag. But
I always come wearing
and
gifts.
that is a blessing, because God knows I love me a gift. First of all, if there was nothing inside the bag, I would have just been grateful for the silver tote bag. Okay, she's cute. She's giving very Bloomingdale's. Very cute. So we're going to hold on to the bag. We might do a collaboration. You might see the Who's Styling Who logo right on the silver bag, because I'm living for this.
Yes.
And then, yes! Okay! Let's talk about it! All right. Now, this is branding 101.
Ooh, I didn't cut some.
Look at that.
Gotta cut a couple things. Or the rain got on it a little.
It's okay.
It's like pouring outside.
It's giving a tie-dye effect.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
And it's full reflective, every part of it.
I'm sorry. It's giving a tie-dye effect with the little water spots. So these are my pants. I love
they
it.
are.
And what's crazy is I have this white piece that you gave me, which is a one-piece bodysuit that I will be wearing with this. And I also have this gray, what is it, like a halter top? No, I'm sorry, a gray bikini top.
Oh,
that
yeah.
goes with it. Let me tell you something.
They love that piece.
When I wore that, let me see. That's an archive piece because I gave that Dominican Republic. Remember when I posted that? That was giving body, honey. She is a thong, okay?
That was a momante for you.
Very a momante. And shout out to all the DMs that I got with that bikini. And it comes with these cute silver. So silver is, I would say, one of your favorite colors because you have definitely circled back to silver.
Silver and white. I feel like even in this time of my life, that's like all I wear. I just, I used to do like the all black thing, but you're just so much, I just want to feel bright and, the reflective, it was always like, it just makes me,
Is that your signature, you would think?
I would say that's my signature. Even like I'm kind of gonna, maybe this is my last line, but I'll still put little
Why would this be your last
my
line?
last reflective line.
Oh, okay,
just like how I do like the military, I kind of go back and forth. I like to still
the
keep
military piece. She gave me this military piece, which is half green camouflage and half beige camouflage. Who's styling who? That was a Mamante. I didn't give that. That was a pull that I never gave back. Sorry, I kept that one.
It's okay.
And as a stylist, that is not good. You must return the pieces, people, or you will get banned. Have you had to ban anyone from the brand?
I don't have problems because now contracts, so. And I actually learned that from you for my last, not this panel, but the first one that I did with my sister. But I really started contracting everything, so it's never really a problem. But I did have problems with the models sometimes with my shows.
They steal.
They take them or like damage them and then disappear.
Rule 101, like how Clifford does. Clifford's rule 1651. Well, rule number 101 in Who's Styling Who. Models, one, always come hygienic. Is that even a word, hygienical? No.
Hygienic?
Okay. Yeah, right? I just because it sounds, I always like to add my own things. So I'll be like, Mamante, you know what I'm saying?
Hygienical.
So, hygienical. So I don't know if that was really a word. I just made it up. But if it is, it works. But let's just go back to the hygiene. So ladies and gentlemen too, all models, you should have this bag. It's called, what is it? A toiletry bag. And in your toiletry bag, because now everyone is supreme potheads, you should have mouthwash, toothpaste, and a toothbrush. Travel one. Because no one wants to talk to you and you smell like Hennessy, weed. I'm just saying. That's rule 1. Rule number 2, ladies, you just don't know. You should always carry tampons, wipes, spray. And I say these things because some of you ladies are gorgeous. But if I was to do a tell-all book, I would get killed because you clearly are what you guys are eating. And that must be a lot of processed food. We're going to go with more pineapple, strawberries, and just be
water.
You can't. You know what? Honestly, water is the best thing out of anything in the world. If you just drink water for the rest of your life, you will never go hungry. You'll be a little bloated, but you will never go hungry. I'm looking at these pants and I'm saying I need a microchromatic top, signature logo.
Okay.
With the reflector, that would be.
I have a top to match that is like really under boobalicious.
Oh, well, I'm still doing my breast fund. Kalia, that's $KC2480. I've been doing it for the last 12 years. Never got to my goal because I never really went hard. But now that my shows go up every week, I think with the audience and subscribers that are really following me, instead of posting negative comments, maybe I'll post my breasts and one of the doctors will do a Who's Styling Who, because that's a collaboration that I promise. Just don't butcher me because I've waited a long time. And if you could just give me maybe the last 20 years of my life with the best boobs of my life and give me that Mamante, oh my God. You don't know what you would do to me. But back to, what was the name of the conference that I did with you? Well, what was it, a conference or?
The small boutique.
Right. Well, that was the first one. The first one we did was
That was from Creative Circle, yeah.
The Creative Circle. So
nonprofit.
let's tell everybody how we met. So I was asked to speak at your panel.
We met actually at a magazine shoot.
Right, no. At
Yeah.
the Kim,
Right?
no, I'm sorry. What was her last name? Can't think of her name right now. But she was a dope artist. Wow.
Carrie?
No,
Why don't I remember her
I
name
can't either. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Total fart.
Brain fart, yeah.
But big shout out to her and the magazine, which was, it was on Prince Street. Can't think of the magazine right
What's
now.
up? Was it What's Up?
Was it What's Up?
Why are we blanking today? It's
I don't
the
know.
rain.
That's what
I
happened when you try to remember things from a long period of time. So plus, yeah. So I forgot that shoot, and I met her there.
Yeah.
And that was a dope shoot. Then you
Yeah.
invited me to speak on your panel, which was really dope. My
Yeah.
sister, shout out to my sister who came with me, Miss Dion Clark. And I actually got to speak on a dope panel. There were so many great people. What was the guy who had the kufi on?
That was Twix. Yeah.
Shout out to Twix. Love
out to
him.
Twix.
Ran into him at your other event.
Yeah.
And what I love about you as being a designer, you remind me a lot of another creative mind, mathematics, that when you meet people, you stay connected with them and invite them with other like-minded people. And that's how I met LB Bars, who, LB, I'm so sorry. As soon as I get off the air, I'm going to call you because I totally was on set yesterday when you called me with Cortez. So I apologize about that. What advice do you give business owners, small business owners coming into the game? Because you, like I said, you don't just have a line, you model, you know, you
Event
do coordinating, you manage artists. Are you still working with the artists? That's interesting. She was actually, I gave her first radio interview. Big shout out to
Janaski.
Yeah. You know what? I'm really going to go take a class in name pronunciation because I really do not want to keep butchering everybody's name because I hate when no one calls me Kalia correctly or leaves out the H. So I apologize that. So shout out to everybody who I've ever butchered their name. Today I make a public apology. I am sorry. Follow, like, comment, share. Who's styling who? Subscribe. And I promise every week for more followers, I'm going to pronounce a brand. So for instance, Art Basel, because that's the correct pronunciation, is December 1st through the 3rd. If you would like to be a brand featured in my Who Styling Who presentation street show, please hit me up. Kalia Clark, DM, Who Styling Who at Gmail, email. I'm opening the invitation to you. But back to, are you going to be out there? Cool. So send me some pieces and definitely tell any models that you know that's going to be out there. Or if you would like to, because I know you're going to be running around with artists, so that's going to be hard for you. But
I think 3 of them are going to be out there with me this time.
Well, all 3 could walk for 2 minutes and then dress them for that. We'll dress them for that particular thing, and then they could leave with the outfit and just go on about their day.
Okay.
Let's make that happen. Who's styling who? That's 3 models in. I only need 17 more. Okay.
Definitely. I'll post about it for everyone
Yes,
who's out
thank you.
there.
I'm going to get my flyer done hopefully by, okay. Talk to me about the advice you want to give to the small business owners.
Mine, and I think that's another reason why I throw networking events or networking pop-ups, because I really believe in the phrase, your network is your net worth.
Yes.
So, definitely just being outside, going to events that make sense for you and just networking with people because, I feel like as New Yorkers, sometimes we all want to be lit or we all want to be, known, but I feel like you really should just build that core team around you and just network with one another and
team,
work with each other.
tell
Definitely.
everyone about me. I am me, you are me. And I try to explain to people, it's not about always being at every event. Because I noticed that when I go out, I'm starting to see a lot of the same. And that's no disrespect to the people that are out. But for me, if I'm going to the same events and seeing the same people, I'm not in the right room. And that's no disrespect to anybody out there, but I need to elevate because I know all of y'all. So this means
there's no networking.
There's no networking. So I like to get into the parties and the events that I wasn't invited to.
Yeah.
And if I make it in, that is the mamate of the night. Or if I run into someone and they invite me as their plus one. Speaking of that, big shout out to DJ Preezy YMVS because when I saw him after the Charlemagne show, Hell of a Week, he definitely went and told Terrence that Kalia was downstairs, and I got my golden ticket to the after party. So they have a show, and then there's a Thursday. Oh my God, it was such a mamante. You if you weren't on my stories, it was something. You had to be there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you know about it. They did a battle of music. DJ Preezy and the other DJ. I apologize, I forgot your name, but no disrespect, you were rocking it. But they went off. I was like, yes, my ankle's swollen, and that was a good fun time. But now that you've been in the industry for as long as you've been. Give me some lows, because it's not always so peachy creamy. Give an experience that you can share that doesn't take you back and be so traumatic. While you're thinking, I have 7.
I don't want my high and my low to be the same thing, but it'd be like that sometimes.
Talk to me.
With throwing these shows sometimes, I would say even my first couple shows, because this is my 5th one that I've thrown. My 3rd one by myself. Thank you. And, sometimes you set expectations very high for something, and then it's or you invest in something. I think just as an entrepreneur as a whole, the lows sometimes are when you invest heavily and you put your blood, sweat, and tears into something, and it just doesn't come out the way that you expected it to. So, it is a high to kind of create your own lane and be able to do something like that, but it is a low sometimes when your expectations are not reached.
And you know what? That's one of the reasons why I never do events because I am such I don't even want to call myself crazy because everybody else does. So I'm going to say I am just such a perfectionist that sometimes that when I do events and, who's branding you, that was just such it was actually one of my first events because I never do events. I always do events out the country in another state. So to do one in my hometown, it was very successful. Big shout out to S.STREET Media, who I partnered with. I'm excited for Who's Branding You Too. If you are a brand and you would like to be a part of Who's Branding You Too, make sure you email Kalia Clark or DM Kalia Clark, DM S.STREET Media. Now, I've been in the game for 20 plus years, and what I admire about you is that you do your own shows. And something I would like to share with you is, regardless if you meet your expectations or not, just know that you are creating a lane. I've seen a lot of the models. I've seen some of the designers that you have brought forth. Everyone has benefited from your show. So you should always just commend yourself for that. You're a woman. And being a woman in this game, we always sometimes are extra hard on ourselves because we know what we see as a vision, but just getting the show and presenting, that's the biggest mamante right there because a lot of people can't do that. So I need a round of applause for that, please. Then I want to give you your flowers for just never giving up. The pandemic, I saw you took great use in the pandemic. That's when you really expressed yourself. You are really comfortable with your body and showing, if I could be your age again. Without my breast still not being done, I would give that mamante. That's why I got my back tattooed because I'm all about free expression.
Okay.
Trust and believe. And when I was in Mexico, some photographer from DC has all these pictures of me. When I was giving that mamante in Playa, I had this red thong bikini. Big shout out to Elle Swimwear. Emotional intelligence.
I love it. I be stealing stuff from you. I'm not gonna lie.
I stole that from mathematics, but I definitely I definitely have saw that, but because I wasn't there yet, I was like, emotional intelligence, no. We're going to skip over that. Like, comment, and share emotional intelligence. Because you know what? Honestly, it really works because that could have been something else. And I just look at him and I give the Care Bear stare and look. It worked. So I want to thank you for that. God is doing some great things with me. People joke. Here, we're not joking. Like, if you can't surround yourself around people that teach you stuff, trust me, you cannot be around, because I don't know it all. And I know why people hang out with me. I am a branding expert. I am the plug to get your brand to the right people. So use me. But guess what? Rent is one of the highest things here in New York City. And as a single woman, I probably can never get an apartment. I probably can never move because I have to have a mate, because they want to know we're two incomes. So whoever is the new, Mr. Adams.
Clark.
Yeah. Or Mr. Adams is our mayor. I'm going to need something for the creatives. I'm going to need some councilmen to call me. And we just get it popping, because even if you move out the country, even if you move out of the state, you still have to come back to some of the top areas to be successful. And guess what city that is of the fashion core? It's New York City. So as much as I mentally live in Miami and mentally live on every beach wherever the weather is hot, the reality is my bread and butter is New York City. And that's where I have to be. So I want to thank you and thank everyone that's tuned into the Who Style and Who Show. What's next for you?
So I think after the show, I decided that I was going to start doing these every 4 months.
A fashion show?
Yeah, for 4 designers.
Okay.
I'm probably not going to be in all of them.
Okay.
But I'm going to start doing it every 4 months or so that it still lands in the 2 fashion weeks. And I'll definitely come to you because you are the brand plug. So
and I definitely, with more time, I will definitely like to show with one of your at one of your things. I will definitely keep the brands in pocket and tell them ahead of time. Every 4 months. Roxy will be doing her. Will each one have a theme, or is just going to be your name presented?
No. I'm going to market this one more as a fashion tour, because I want to start going into different states as well. So it wouldn't always be in New York, probably in September and February for the fashion weeks. But I do want to start doing it in Atlanta, Miami, and California as well. And just take it on tour. I feel like I have a great team and we can really do this.
I do my best events outside of New York City. I know I love New York, but it's just something about us being from New York and going to other markets. They really believe in it. Yeah, they really appreciate the creativity, and they pay. And I wish New York City. Ooh, not the call. I'm joking. I wish that New York City would actually have that much love for the arts that people have outside. Because if you're in Chicago and different places and they see that word, where are you from, New York City? Trust me, they treat me like Beyonce in every other state except for New York City. Yeah. If you could be anywhere else, trust me. New York, I mean, we love each other, but we only love each other when I've reached a certain level. When they know that they have to talk to you to get into the velvet rope, that's when they're nice. Me, they're nice. Everyone knows what I'm doing, but doesn't like my post. That's interesting, because when I run into everybody, they always know. And those people that are telling me I'm that petty that I'm actually looking to see who likes my post and stuff. So when people be like, oh my God, you're doing great things. I'm like,
how do you know if you never
You're a watcher.
Yep.
There's watchers and there's likers. Know that the world is full of more watchers than likers. And the crazy part of all of this, there's more takers than anything. So beware of the takers. If you are going to take something from someone, make sure that you're giving back. Whatever you take from me, you give back. Let's meet halfway. Is there anything that I said that I didn't say that you would like to share, any words of wisdom, anything you want to talk about. I was going to talk about Kanye. Do you want to, what's your thoughts as a designer about Kanye West and some of the remarks that he's saying? How do you feel?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to act like I live under a rock. With this fashion show, I have been like eat, sleep, breathing.
Cool.
Like I didn't even know too much about that. So I
Okay,
guess that's
great.
a moment I missed.
It was a Mamante that you are
Jeez.
lucky that you have dodged the table with that
Yeah.
one. Big shout out to Noriega. He definitely Drink Champs. He definitely caught that interview. And as a journalist and as an interviewer, I would say when you have, because I've done a million interviews, sometimes you will get that one person that will just go off. And there's no... you just sit there and you're just like, as many times as you try to like cut them off or interject, it just doesn't work. So in Noriega's defense, I will say that that could definitely happen. Yeah. But I also think too, like if you got Kanye West sitting in your chair, and this is a part 2, I mean, he went, I'm not going to say thirst because I rock with Noriega. I'm just saying he went for that Mamante interview. Like you had Kanye West, and we're going to do pray for Kanye West because he's such a creative genius. And, you know, sometimes I think losing a parent and just really like dealing with people outside of your norm, you know, we're going to go back to his favorite line, you get some money and leave your ass for a white girl. No shade, but... you got to be careful what you put in the universe because that stuff will come back to you 360. To all the brands, follow, like, comment, share. Send that product to the Who Styling Who Show. If you would like to be a guest and be featured on the Who Styling Who Show, please email me, DM me. Let's stay on one accord. Who is this man videotaping me?
This is my amazing manager.
Hi,
Q.
amazing manager Q.
The GOAT. Q the GOAT.
You the GOAT. I got the GOAT tatted on me. Greatest of all time, that's me. Yeah, so my best advice that I would like to give you is keep going, keep pushing, keep inspiring. You do and wear so many hats. Thank you for always giving me my flowers. Thank you for having me in the room. I learn so much when I'm there, so many different people, so many different contacts. And every event, there's never been an event that I haven't, the feedback hasn't been phenomenal, or I have connected with someone and made $1.
I love to hear it. And even with my shows, sometimes like I try to have, you know, even whether it's blogs, I would have hip hop blogs. I'm not really like, I do fashion, even though they kind of go like coincide with each other. But even for like my artists or my vendors, like I try to do something where everyone could win, because that's, you know, my support system, and the people who come to my shows are the reason why I'm able to continue throwing these shows. So I do want it to be beneficial to everybody who's in the room, you know? So I'm happy to hear that, honestly.
It's dope. You think, I tell anybody, you come up with a thought, but to really execute it, that takes a lot of courage, strength, and preparation. So I'm happy for you, because that's Mamante. You always, you know, execute, and you always find some dope venues, and I've seen you progress from your first to this venue was nice. I'm mad that I didn't show at that venue. That was definitely a Mamante. So if you could work with anybody, I always ask this question, who would you want in Roxy?
In Roxy, I think last time I said Rihanna.
Yes.
I think it's still Rihanna.
Riri.
I actually am a super like Kim Kardashian fan, believe it or not. So I would say Kim Kardashian as well.
You know what? This collection right now is very Kim Kardashian.
I was thinking like, and I feel like I just want to put that out there. I started this for like 3-4 years. Like I know that's how it is now, but I feel like, you know.
Well, what you should do is, because you know every now those collections are vintage. You need to relaunch a time capsule piece to show, and then tag Miss Thing. Well, no, don't tag her because she'll steal it, and then you will be really upset. Your one, if I could, would be like, this girl done stole my design. Yeah. I'm sorry, Kim. I'm not one to gossip. I'm just reading what I see on the blog here at Who Styling Who. We are not held liable for anything. That any defamation of character or assassination to anyone, it's love, peace, and happiness, like Al Green says here at the Who Style and Who Show. Because I just, you never know who watched this. Yeah. And they'll be like, she said. No, I didn't. I was just commenting what let me put alleged, what I've learned from Wendy. Allegedly, they say you do that. And I've seen it on Instagram. So if Instagram's a liar, then they are held liable. I'm just telling you what I see. Yeah. But I want to thank you for coming. I love when you come. This is our second time or third, actually. If you have any brands that you would like to give them, this will be my Who Styling Who invitation to your brands. Any brand that when you do your things, your events, you could tell them they can have an interview on the Who Styling Who show with awards-winning celebrity fashion stylist Kalia Clark. Yes, and I want to thank you for coming up and give your shout-outs. Is there any shout-outs you would like to give?
Definitely everybody from my team yesterday. Daniel Michaels, New York. He made my dress yesterday.
Ooh, who's Daniel Michaels?
I'm sorry, Devin Michaels. Whoa, I had two people on the team, one Daniel and Devin.
Devin. That's my cousin's name. Shout out to Devins, all the Devins of the world.
He was my assistant for the show, and he's super helped out with everything. Definitely my vendors, my host. Jacquay actually also came out yesterday, and he dropped his single. So shout out to him. Yeah, it was pretty dope. Definitely my host. I just want to thank my whole team. They really killed it, and to really have a solid team, it's just amazing. Even my business partner, he ended up being in the hospital for a few days, and he couldn't make it out. But definitely Juby, he still was helping out a lot while on bed rest. Yeah. But and my manager, of course.
Shout out to the GOAT, Big O, right? Did I say it correctly? Q. Oh, I'm sorry. Shout out to Q, the GOAT, Savi. One more time, Q, the GOAT. We love you. Yeah. So now that we got all that out the way, I want to thank you again because, like I said, I could talk to you for hours because you have so much going on and so much that you're doing. And you are inspiration. Are you looking for any interns or anything like that to join the team?
I am definitely looking for interns. If I had more time, I was going to go to FIT and just grab some interns up. But I definitely, like I said, with throwing these shows, even my assistant, he's an up-and-coming designer and he wants to start throwing shows. So I definitely like to teach as I like to do these events. So, I'm always looking for interns. I have about 5 different aspects of the show that I have now had a team to delegate to. So definitely looking for those helping hands.
And would you say the vendors really help when, your show out as far as cost and effect with them showing?
Yeah, they definitely help out because, just more seats in the chair for one. And then I feel the more people who advertise your event, the better that it'll be. So I do try to get a few people involved. I think my team was including vendors, about 30 people alone.
That was fire.
Yeah, and I appreciate them because I'm just a girl with an idea, so for them to just even believe in me to come out, it's just I appreciate it.
Not another girl from the RIT. Who remembers that movie? Can someone get any of my followers? Can someone send me Just Another Girl from the IRT? That was one of my favorite movies. Unfortunately, my life definitely transcended to that ending. If you would like to be a guest on the Who Styling Who show, comment, share. I want to thank everyone that's tuned into the Who Styling Who show. Where is my guy, Will BK? He just vamoosed on me. I think he has my phone. Oh, look, he's like a musician. Hello, Will. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a huge shout out to a man. This is his second show with me, and I hope that we have a prosperous many shows. He goes by the name of Will BK. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a man that helps me, we're together. So his brand is Trippy. Give it to me in my ear. Oh yeah, so we're gonna let him. We're gonna let him do that. Well, he got to get a whole segment after this because when he just said masturbation, that's definitely not part of the Who Styling Who fashion segment. So we're going to end on that note, but in the process of that, I want to thank Roxy for coming out. I love your brand. Say it with me. Let me look and read. Lazama. Yes, Miss Rocky. Miss Roxy Lazama. Follow, like, comment, share on her Who Styling Who on her page. Okay, if you would like to be if you are a brand and would like to be featured in one of her many fashion shows, hit her up. Brands that follow me, hit her up. Might have to go through the man back there, Mr. Q, but somehow, some way, you'll get through. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you are listening to the Who Styling Who show. Brands, I hope you got something out of this. What I would like you to take from this is never give up. If you are a brand or a clothing brand and you have dreams of just making it first, it takes a plan, like an idea, put it out to play, never be scared, start small, and work your way up. I want to thank you, Roxy, again for coming.
Thank you for having me always.
Thank you for my band. I love them. I love the
And those actually didn't even come out yet, even though they were in the line on for my fashion show yesterday. That will actually be out on next Monday. So.
Well, how I'm going to remix it will be, like I said, I'm going to go viral again. I'm bringing this out with the Aaliyah, with the gray tank top, the gray bikini top, with the bikini to the side. Blanca Azure Spa. I'm coming to see you for that ultra caviation for my stomach. Oh, yes. The countdown begins. Art Basel, December 1st. To the 3rd, Miami, October 22nd, Algorithm, Part 2, hosted by your hostess of the mostest, award-winning celebrity fashion stylist, Kalia Clark. That's Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. That's going to be my new hashtag. I am Kalia Clark, a.k.a. Kalia Leach. And every Monday, I will be giving you the most fabulous brands of the world. So follow, like, comment, and share. You know what? Robin Leach was very instrumental now that I'm thinking about it. If you've got featured on the Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous, you were lit. So this is what Who Styling Who is. It is what the Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous was. If you are a brand and you make it here, wow. You'll be rocking and rocking. That's like downtown Judy Brown. Sorry, I went two different places, but you know what I was talking about. Shout out to all my British people. Shout out to the Grammys, too. That's coming up as a brand product placement queen. Get at me. I got some brands for the red carpet. Nicki Minaj, we love you. I need you as the queen because, you know, I'm a queen, too. But you got these young girls look up to you. You cannot be fighting with them. You have to just be like, just give it the momentum. You know what I've learned about queens? Because people don't realize this. Queens are mean. So people be wanting queens to be these like gracious people. But when they say off with your head, they mean off with your head. And as the product placement queen, I don't mean to yell at you, brands. I don't mean to be so forceful, but if you knew and really understand how hard this game is and a lot of this stuff I'd move on $0, you gotta understand the frustration sometimes. Like, because I watch people pay so much money and they don't even get half the quality of work that is, you know, they pay for. So, you know, we really got to work together, businesses, Black owned, all minorities in general. Like, we are the top of the totem tier of branding and consumer. We really, really, really have to put it out there and really band together. We should buy Black 365 days of the year, not just on these holidays. We should definitely black out shopping days and really just expand and make more millionaires. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you tuned into the Who Style and Who show. You got any music for me today? We're going to feature somebody from S Street Media, one of our great artists that we promote, because here at S Street Media, we are not just a podcast place. We are not. We are a media company, okay? And when you come here, we have a trusty store. So when you come here, you can come hungry and thirsty. We will quench your thirst. We have it all. Shout out to my cranberry juice I'm about to get, because I just thought about that. I'm excited about that. So big shout out to Mathematics in the store. Is the store called Style by Poverty? Oh, the Secret Stash. I can't wait for the T-shirts. That's going to be cute with a line that goes all the way down to the stash. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I'm thinking ahead. Creativity, girl. Secret Stash, trying to catch the nut. Oh, that's a good one.
Did you have a name? What was your name for it? It was what song that you had?
Oh, she said it, guys. Now I will just say this. It is definitely gray sweatpants season. Let's get a drop for that. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that was my jam for a minute.
You see, she even has the jam. I'm looking for it's coming.
See, now
out.
I got you some gray sweatpants.
Yes. Now let me tell you this. My king, but people don't believe me, but my husband will be wearing a gray sweatpants tux. Either that will be his second look. You know how girls change? I'm going to let y'all. I'm going to show you why he changed my last name. I am still looking for the man with the gray sweatpants on. And I'm sorry. Some of the guys that I see outside, yes, I look. And I don't mean to look so hard, but sometimes what bothers me about the gray sweatpants now, some of y'all shouldn't wear it. And I don't want to ever feel like I shouldn't be looking at a gray sweatpants, especially the Nike Tech sweat. Now that is one of the collages of gray sweatpants. Don't ruin it for me. I need it to stay gray, not a tan. It has to be gray, not gray black, because that's not a color. It's just gray. So if you feel like you've been wearing it more than once, give it a good hand wash. Who's styling who? That's Kalia Clark's rule 101. I always stay at just 101 because that's just like the main rule of all the rules. And guys, stop wearing underwear that's big and making it look like you have more of a bulge than you really do. I am getting offended at this point. And I know it's the pressure of the Who Styling Who show of the gray sweatpants. I know this. And I know that you're trying to fit a quota that you may not be in. So I'm just going to just tell you, leave it alone. And fellas, some of y'all, and I say this respectfully, if you know you don't play from my side, don't walk past me in gray sweatpants. I'm leaving it like that. Drop the mic. That's it. Because some of y'all in gray sweatpants don't even pay for my team, and that hurts. To know that you're in, you look that good, and a lot of the guys that look really, really good that don't play for my team in gray sweatpants, you're killing the moments. You're killing it. So, yeah, thank you. I just wanted to get that off my chest. That's tonight's Mamante, but thank you for bringing that up. I be trying to get Mathematics to play my gray sweatpants record. I'm going to keep it like a small little thing and just play it when they start playing. That's going to be my personal drop. Who's styling who? But thank you for coming up. I know I said thank you 5 times and you haven't left. I love you so much. Thank you for my gift. I want to thank you for having the first exclusive interview right after the runway. She could have been anywhere. She could have went to anywhere, any show. But she came to the fashion show of what is my new hashtag? The lifestyle of the rich and famous. Who Styling Who edition. I'm running with that. Okay. I need to You think I can't download that part when it goes lifestyles of the rich and famous? Oh, what? Lost Boys, right? That's my new drop. Okay, guys. Ready for my song? Bye. Say bye to everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you again.
Follow, like, comment, share. Who's styling who?
D Major, baby.
Yo, GG, turn it up.
I got a frozen heart. Stabbed in the back so many times, I got so many scars. Gotta keep your head up in these streets, you gotta play it smart. Don't let them tell you it's easy because they don't love me like they say they do. So now my heart froze, showing nothing but love, still got my heart broke. Can't hold on to that pain, you gotta let it go. Never know who gon' really ride, only God knows. They did me wrong so many times I had to separate. Took me some time, at first I couldn't see that they was fake. Seeing ones talk behind your back, a smile up in your face. You gotta cut the grass low so you could see the snake. Fell out with my dog, over the pettiest shit. One was by the bitch, the other one was about a my dog. 6 digits, we let it get too far, ain't no way we can fix it. And I know you think I changed and I've been acting different, but I'm just on a mission to get us out the trenches. Crazy you wanna see me dead, I wanna see you winning, and I don't wanna talk, I'd rather keep my distance. Like they say they do. So I got a frozen heart, stabbed in the back so many times, I got so many scars. Gotta keep your head up in these streets, you gotta play it smart. Don't let them tell you it's easy because they don't love me like they say they do. So now my heart froze, showing nothing but love, still got my heart broke. Can't hold on to that pain, you gotta let it go. Never know who gon' really ride, only God knows. I put my heart in the music with this shit deeper than rap. Tryna move my family out the hood and put my gang on the map. I tried to put these niggas on and I got stabbed in my back. I can't talk to nobody, I put it all in my track. Don't you ever switch up for that cheese, that's what rats do. Don't you ever disrespect my gang, that's a bad move. Forever I got your back, but just know I got a back too. And I did a lot of bad things, but I ain't no bad dude. Ain't nobody real, I can't tell what friends is for. I'm having a hard time separating my friends from foes. So I don't need no friends, I'd rather be alone. I don't need nobody, I put that on me like they say they do. So I got a frozen heart, stabbed in the back so many times, I got so many scars. Gotta keep your head up in these streets, you gotta play it smart. Don't let them tell you it's easy because they don't love me like they say they do. So now my heart froze, showing nothing but love, still got my heart broke. Can't hold on to that pain, you gotta let it go. Never know who gon' really ride, only God knows. And I done been through so much pain at my heart. They tryna catch me slipping, so I gotta stay alert. I need it now, I'm tired of seeing my mama. Tell my brothers to be patient in this music shit, it's gonna work. Used to have hoop dreams, remember I used to hit the park first. Now I dream about selling out my first concert. Just have your hand out, know you gotta play your part first. I know that I'm gonna make it, I just gotta get that spark first. And I done been through so much pain, I've seen so many things. Now when I'm all alone, I get in my feelings and drink. We've been broke for so long that I wish it could change. Told my brothers to be patient, they wanna pick up the pace. So when I needed help, no one was there, but when they in need, I'll be around. Niggas be legion, but you just too blind to see it. Watch who you be around. Get that little bitch my all, but it wasn't enough, so she left me down and out. I had to stop singing about bitches and get on my shit, just show 'em I'm versatile. And I'm in a rush, can't wait till I give me a buzz. Can't wait till they show me love. Can't wait until I level up. On the list, when the gang next up. I'll be damned if I let them skip us. Can't wait till we living it up. With my brothers, I'll never switch up, gon' ride regardless of what we end up. I've been through so much pain at my heart. They tryna catch me slipping, so I gotta stay alert. I need it now, I'm tired of seeing my mama. Tell my brothers to be patient in this music shit, it's gonna work. Used to have hoop dreams, remember I used to hit the park first. Now I dream about selling out my first concert. Just have your hand out, know you gotta play your part first. I know that I'm gonna make it, I just gotta get that spark first. I was fighting depression and it seemed that money was my only happiness. And she wasn't shit, got my heart broke by a bitch, and yeah I'm still passionate. Can't wait till I get enough fans to cut on my show, they can pack the shit. Got it on my own, with no assistance, ain't nobody pass me shit. They y'all say you PSG when you make it, please don't you ever forgive me. It's gonna be hard to take everyone with me, gotta move small case, they tryna end me. Now the money what I'm chasing now, and I'm glad I chose a safer route. I never ever thought I had to be the one to make it out. The pressure what I gotta face now, gotta take gang out to the steakhouse. Tryna move my mom to a lake house, kept it real so long, can't change now. Been through so much pain at my heart. They tryna catch me slipping, so I gotta mama work. Tell my brothers to be patient in this music shit, it's gonna work. Used to have hoop dreams, remember I used to hit the park first. Now I dream about selling out my first concert. Just have your hand out, know you gotta play your part first. I know that I'm gonna make it, I just gotta get that spark first. Girl, you wanna party? Pull up the club, burn. Pull up the club, burn. Henny in my system. I'm feeling like me again. I might text your phone later on, like, what's up, baby girl, it's me again. Let's fuck one more time. After that, I promise we won't speak again. And I guarantee that you never meet another nigga like me again. Cause I don't tell nobody, no, I don't say a word. And if you wanna party, pull up the club, burn. Pull up the club, burn. Yeah, we picking out bottles from the top shelf. Don't touch my bottle, nigga, this for self. Henny and my kidneys fucking up my health. Don't worry about me, just worry about yourself. I ain't worried about hoes, I'm just focused on my wealth. Ferragamo on my waist, feeling like a championship belt. And I'm chillin', I mean, hey, crack the dice game, nigga, that's just how I'm feeling. That nigga don't like me, but his bitch head, so guess what, I'm killing. I'ma back out the moves when I hit this tune, that's just how I get when I'm sippin'. I'ma back out the moves when I hit this tune, that's just how I get when I'm sippin'. I won't say a word, and if you wanna party, pull up the club, burn. Pull up the club, burn. Cause I won't tell nobody, I won't say a word. And if you wanna party, pull up the club, burn. Pull up the club, burn. And I with the same niggas I grew up with. After that, and it's just a few. Better have your bird pass if you pulling up. Let me know if you coming through. Cause Brody just got on my Glock, he been itching and feeling. I know he can't wait to use. Channel 1 or 12, I don't know where, but I know you gon' make the news. And please don't ask me what I'm sipping. Pour the Henny in my cup, I don't give a fuck, don't get it twisted. Bad bitch wanna fuck, let me know what's up, baby, let me kill it. I'ma back out the moves, I'ma do my dancing from the top. Henny in my system. I'm feeling like me again. I might text your phone later on, like, what's up, baby girl, it's me again. Let's fuck one more time. After that, I promise we won't speak again. And I guarantee that you never meet another nigga like me again. Cause I don't tell nobody, no, I won't say a word. And if you wanna party, pull up the club, burn. Pull up the club, burn.
This boy got a hit.
Who's styling who? Miss Roxy had all these pieces, and I just modeled some of these dope pieces. I gotta show these pieces. Come back, Miss Thing. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're tuned into the Who's Styling Who show. If you are just logging on because you skipped 1 hour and 10 minutes of my show and you wanted to see what happened next, big shout out to Devander. She's in the building. She my friend, as I stated earlier. She got that Method Man hit. So she's excited. She lives for me. I live for her. I showed my Mamante piece. They can hear that. No cheese doodles. Emotional intelligence is the word of the night. And I am going to I'm the type of person, you tell me something, a person will regret it by the end of the night. They'll be like, all right, you're pushing it. You're running it into the ground. You're making me... All right. Okay. Just trying to feel, sense. So again, everybody that is tuned into the Who's Styling Who show, if you just missed it, I had a great designer, Roxy Lazema. I mean, why when she was just here, I can say it. Now that she leaves, I'm going to butcher her. That sucks. But okay, it happens. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you tuned into me. I want to thank everybody that's really tuning in. My subscribers are going up. My views are going up. The algorithm is going up. So if you would like to be a part of the algorithm, we are showing, I'm looking for 3 brands. Cat, probably like 4 pieces. Give me your 4 strongest pieces. It's still major because there's 4 pieces, but I just want to show some fashion in between. Everyone loves a good fashion show. So I always call it, when there's no runway, it's a fashion presentation. But don't get me to line, because, you know, everybody, if they don't have a runway nowadays, they just automatically still say it's a runway fashion show. That's a whole nother Who's Styling Who show, and I don't want to get banned from other events who don't have a runway, but that's just my thing. I'm just saying, when you say runway, you are supposed to have a runway. But again, you know, fashion is whatever you want to do. Shout out to Sunny Day Kids Fashion Week. We always have a runway. You want to know how I know this? Because I'm with her while we build it. This girl will build a runway from scratch. All you need is just some wood. Once the wood goes one step up, you got a runway. Look at that. Who's styling who? That's Kalia Clark's Rule 102. Builds a runway. So again, guys, recapping of everything. I had an amazing weekend. I'm just really getting focused. The holiday season's coming up. Halloween is coming up. What are you going to wear? This is the one day or season, because some people really start with like the Halloween parties early. I'm not that girl. Halloween is the 31st. I celebrate it the 30th. Might get me a 30th if it's a weekend thing, and even then that's stretching it. But you can always catch me in a half naked outfit, because it's the one time of year where you can be half naked and no one judges. We are having a Halloween this year. Oh, well, okay. So I will be dressed up, because, you know, Who's Styling Who loves a theme. So I will be, if you can guess what costume I'm going to be early, I will give away a gift. This is when I'm Kalia Black or Kalia White. I don't know. Are we allowed to say white anymore? Like, is that a word that's going to get changed? You know what's so crazy about, you know, the way of the world right now? Everything is so sensitive. I remember when you could say things like, I come from an era, and that kind of sucks. I'm just putting this out there, that we got the short end of the stick, because growing up, we got ridiculed. I for sure wore a scarlet letter because I was a teen mom. So I was the girl that you weren't allowed to hang out with. Stay away from her. She's fast. You look at her, you're going to get pregnant. And all of those girls, may I say, whose parents who treated me unfairly and unjust, their daughters are not mamantes. But I think this year I have some costume ideas. Normally I'm a vampire, and that's a really good, these are at home ideas. Look, if you are not a big Halloween person but want to dress up, I always say start from your closet, right? And then, because you don't want to spend money. So if you're looking for a good Halloween costume that I always say works from home, is a ghost, because you can easily just get a sheet, put it over, and to be creative, you can put a crown on it. You could be the queen ghost. I mean, I'm just saying, Casper was always a great idea. Then if you want to get real creative and like just go with a simple black dress and some heels and a red lip, you could be a lady of the night. There's no judging. Or if you put anything on, you can easily just be anybody. Like right now, you could be like a protester. You could be no gender. So those are just my Halloween costume ideas. Devan, do you have any Halloween costume ideas? Oh, right. You could go get fairy wings. That's something. That's a quick one. They even have the fairy wings in Walgreens. I'm just giving. You could. Right. These are all, if you're just tuning in, I forget that you could see me. So sorry for that. That was I spiced myself. She got caught scratching below the navel. I was scratching my stomach. I'm due for an ultra caviation from Blanca Azura Spa. Shameless plug. But yeah, so if you could be a ninja, that's a good at home. Segment is at home costumes. Again, you could be Madonna. All you need is what do you need for Madonna? If you have like a poofy skirt, a 50s. If I don't know how old your parents are, but you can you could do that. You could do hairspray. You could do grease. Because a lot of these styles I know are in because I could see the wardrobe, and a lot bell bottoms are in now. So you could do a lot of the 70s. Thank me, who's styling who. But if you want to be real creative and spend some money, that's what you could do. I'm just not that girl. Like, I'm excited to show you what I'm going to be. I'm going to give you a hint. Did you get it? Who's styling who? And I think I'm going to win for best costume. So if you would like to be a guest for my Halloween show, which is the 31st, you have to be in a costume. And, I take holidays very seriously. When does Christmas land? Because if it's on a Monday, I'm doing my show. Oh, okay, good. But then we're going to celebrate the first day of Kwanzaa on the Who Styling Who show. Ujima. Okay? So make sure you come with your best Kwanzaa outfit. I'll be taking Kwanzaa gifts as well. This year we will be we'll be celebrating Kwanzaa. Who's styling who? So before I leave, because I know you guys are like, does she have another guest? I run on white people's time, not black people's time or any other time. I go by the Central Time, which is if I give you a time, respect my time. Think of the show as like Tamara Hall. You wouldn't be late for her show. Think of it as Wendy Williams. You wouldn't be late. And shout out to Wendy. She has her podcast. Haven't heard it. Haven't seen any promotions for it except for that one show. And then she got all these followers. So yeah, we miss Wendy. And I'm excited for your podcast, whenever that may be. The thing about podcasting, and as something, when people are like, oh, you have a podcast, because I always say here at S.STREET Media, we're not just a podcast. It's a show. I'm a little offended when somebody says, oh, your podcast? I'm like, no, it's a show. They're like, no, it's a podcast. So since I have time today, I'm going to tell you the difference between a podcast and a show. A podcast is mostly audio. I mean, that's what I was told. But, I could be wrong, but I'm right on this one. Okay, see? My trusty guy said I'm right. So I knew I was right, but it's always good to have a second opinion. And I'm telling you, a podcast is audio. Okay, thank you. Say it with me. A podcast equals what? Audio. Thank you. That's Kalia Rule 103. Because just thought you guys should know that. And a show, this is a show. Who's styling who? And most shows here on S.STREET Media, they're all shows because you see us visually. So we have a show. So shout out to all the shows. That's ALL. All the shows on S.STREET Media. We are winning. Even if they don't tell you, they watching. Remember, tonight's show is we have the watchers and we have the likers. Most of the time, people are watching you. And the ones that like your shit, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, appreciate them. If it's the same 20 people, that's why I tell people, everyone thinks I'm crazy. I've embraced it because I am. Because guess what? I have 20.8K following. Now, don't you think I should be busting out numbers. I should have 20K views. I mean, give or take, the 800 people that really ain't gonna they just watch it. I'm just gonna give only 800. But the 19,000 people that is on my Instagram page that tell me what I'm doing when I run into them all across the world, it hurts me. It hurts me that we as people will watch something that's so negative, but we won't uplift each other. I'm just saying my views should be at least 600 a show. I'm giving you informative information. I'm giving you emerging brands that you've never seen before. Because if you want to look up all the other brands, all you have to do is look them up. I'm for the people. All right? This is the lifestyle of the Who's Styling Who show. I'm for the brands. Tell me another show, because now after this, you're going to see 1,000 of them because it's a plea to the world. Once it goes up, you're part of the, what is it called? The universe, the metaverse, the world, the metaverse. And, I'm a little sad, and I don't want to be sad. I don't know if it's just because I'm back in Gotham City and I'm no longer on a beach, but it's something about New York. The hustle here, it's either going to make or break you. You're either going to wake up and go get it, or you're going to be home upset and frustrated. Will BK is back. He went on, sit down. Remember, we left the fans at masturbation, and they are concerned. So we need you to explain masturbation in fashion. Because some of those girls that be wearing those, some of the girls that be wearing those tight pants, those are called the yeasty pants, because those pants are not good for your VV. And here at the Who's Styling Who show, I know girls that have their clitoris pierced. And I've always wondered, and I think you can answer this question because that's your type of crowd of people that you hang out with, walking orgasms, walking in the streets. Have you ever interviewed a girl and she's had an orgasm live on your show? Because let the people understand who you are and what your show is. If you are 18 and under, this is the time to walk away from the Who's Styling Who show. We're getting into the Halloween spirit. We're talking sexy, googly vibes here. And whatever he says, I, Kalia Clark, am not held liable. So like, comment, share, but don't sue me. Welcome to the Who's Styling Who show.
Thank you.
You know what I just realized? This is a long-awaited interview because I didn't come on your show, but for some reason, I just always saw him when I was here for my fashion royalty. Oh,
Yeah.
so we have a DTF alumni. Hello. How you doing?
Hanging like a monkey with nothing to swing on.
Hanging
like a monkey with nothing to swing on. That's my.
All right. Yeah. So I'm going to figure that out. And then I'm going to think about that for just 1 second. Because sometimes my mind goes, I'm a Christian. I'm a deaconess. And I don't want to know where you're swinging. I just want to see you swinging. Hey. So talk to me. So your show is basically about sex, correct, Amundo?
Yes and no.
Okay.
The Trip Over Radio show caters to people's hidden vices, whether it's alternative style of sex or situational sex.
Take the mask off.
Oh.
No mask? You gonna keep the mask?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Only because my teeth are really fucked up. They're under construction.
I didn't know that. I was thinking this is the one guy who was really caring about COVID.
No, I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay,
just my teeth are fucked up.
Okay.
So,
any dentists that would like to do any cosmetic surgery here at the Who's Styling, we're all about branding. I have a candidate. Follow him. What's your Instagram?
I have Trip Over Radio Show, which is TRIPOVERADIO, so one R, so Trip Over Radio Show. and the other one is under Will BK, which is spelled on there WILLBEEKAY.
I see you wearing the Williamsburg hat. Big shout out to Style.
Yeah.
By Poverty.
And it's also William B. Barrett.
Oh,
Will
right.
BK, William Barrett Kirksey, or Will BK.
Oh, okay.
So the WB
makes sense. This is why I'm a Kansas City fan, because the KC means Kalia Clark. So talk to me, promote your show. Where can we find you?
Well, you're going to be seeing me back on S.STREET Media once again. Trip Over Radio Show, an alternative means of psychedelic masturbation is the tagline. It varies from time to time what it means, and depending on who you're asking and stuff. So, like, once again, it is about sex, alternative sex, different types of sex that's hidden, stuff like that. But it also, we talk about drugs and talk about drug use, how to be safe when you're doing drugs, what to look out for if you're going to be doing drugs, different stories across the world that caught headlines on probably lower tiered sources as opposed to the Daily News or something like that. So we touch on those type of things. So it's really, like I said, it's a show for users basically and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, at least you're not being a pusher. You get what I'm saying? Like, at least you're really educating people, because a lot of people are dying from drug use, and I am scared to do any drugs with all the fentanyl, and it takes the funness. This may sound like I'm a drug addict, but it's scared. You just want to get high with what you know. Yes. So I don't really condone drug use. The 80s are over. There'll probably never be any pure cocaine in that level of life. And like now these mollies and ecstasies, you have to be a different type of person to even really try to like do those drugs. I can't. That's not.
I try.
You try. You're a try.
Either.
Okay.
I try.
You try. I mean, the first step is trying. I don't judge, because honestly, some people need to be on drugs. I may be one of those people that need to be on drugs, but like a good drug. So before they used to say weed was a drug. Now look, it's no longer a drug. Mm-hmm. Our own mayor is like, get high, smoke in the streets. What's your thought about that?
I agree. I mean, the thing about it is that I don't think people understand the grip that drugs has on people's life. I think like shows like mine kind of, if you can see it from the aspect of pleasure, then maybe you can look at it deeper as to why people are on drugs. You know, people that know I used to do it. Well, when I throw that word out there, when I used to do it, people used to ask me, should I, about drug use, and I don't give them advice. I don't tell people whether they should do it or not. That's not for me to say. Everyone's tolerance is different. What was good for me might not be good for you, or what my tolerance level is might not be yours. So,
what's your favorite drug?
Oh, man.
And you don't have to have just one favorite.
Oh, that's true. Well, blow is one of them.
I mean, listen, that is a rich man's drug.
That's sophisticated,
I think it's sexy when women do drugs.
Yeah, it is.
I know that's kind of crazy, and people are going to look at me like, oh, she's a drugger. That makes any sense. I just think some drugs are sexy. Like cocaine for girls is sexy.
Yeah.
But like heroin.
Yeah.
And
heroin, crack. Yeah. Like, ugh.
Like Whitney said, crack is whack. I'm little line up your nose. I mean, no judging. But then when you guys start going on the Adderalls and the Xanax, not the Xanax, but more of like the Percocets, and then I don't want to be on any drug that I'm like,
yeah,
that's not sexy.
You lost in that matrix of weight and
sleep.
Sleep.
That's not cute.
Yeah.
And then I don't like Molly and those type of drugs because you always forget something. Like you forget like a whole part of the night. Like you could have been raped and you're raped, but you just don't know like at what part of the night you were raped because like you just black out. That's what I heard. I'm not one to gossip. That's just some of the Molly stories I've heard. A lot of date rape has happened on Molly.
Yeah. Or it's supposed to enhance the sexual aspect of it. I'm not. It's not really known for you to doze off on it.
No, I'm just saying I didn't like. But if you have a low tolerance, the Molly could overpower you. You look and if it has too much heroin in it, you can be like all dopey.
Yeah, loopy. Yeah, that's true. Acid is good. I like acid. If you ever tried
Shout out to all the acid heads. Now, those that never came back off a trip, I'm with you in those prayers. That's one of those drugs that scare me too. One time I remember somebody saying like, yo, I'm on acid mushrooms. Tabs is the same thing as acid? No, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so, and mescalines are the same as?
Yes.
Okay, so those are all the names of the drugs that I know under the world of acid. Now, acid, I could see you loving acid, and then how acid and trippy goes hand to hand. Give me one of your favorite acid stories.
And it's funny, that's where the trip came from. It came from the trip, because when I started the show, me and Rose did acid for the first time, and we took it around the same time, and when it kicked in after 40-something minutes, I couldn't stop laughing. I was hysterically laughing the whole night, and I just couldn't stop. Rose was paranoid, so she'll go into a room and stick her head out the door like this, and she kept going to a room, and she kept, something's there. Oh my God. And it's like, what are you talking about? We're laughing at her. Taylor came in, did acid. He's already mad about his baby's mama. So the whole night, that bitch, da 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 da. So he's angry for 4 hours. I'm laughing for 4 hours. Rose is paranoid for 4 hours straight. So we had something that's a wear off and stuff. But I think that was probably the best one. That the very first time that you do it and stuff is always cool. Colors are really colorful, and things aren't as close as they appear, and so your hearing is going in and out. Everything's a kaleidoscope. So
God!
So you have to do it with like-minded people that can experience that.
Yeah, when I was younger, this noise came out of somebody tripping on acid. So now when people heard
that's
that,
amazing that you can make that noise. Wait. I can't even do that. Wait.
So now
That's
when
amazing.
everybody was tripping on acid, I decided to bug everyone out. And I'm talking about they were climbing walls because I'm hiding and I'm going. And everybody's like, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I can't.
As you're saying, girl, in your hair. We're going to do the name that tune. What song is that?
You can't break my hole, right? You can't break my hole.
It's Break My Soul, not Whole, but Together We Will Be One. That's a new remix by Will. Trippy, BK, You Can't Break My Soul. And here's a favorite. Hi, she came back. I need to see pieces. Go that way, over there. Go this way. Yes. Watch the camera.
Walk closer to me.
Ooh. Okay, who? Go over there. Trip. Hold on a second. This is how you end the show. I'm going to show y'all how to do a 2-part series, okay? Plus, you didn't give her social media, and I'm sitting here thinking about like 20 different things. Just sit right there 2 seconds. So, now that you're walking in, because she just walked in, she can name this tune. That's the Gray Sweatpants song in my voice. So now that everyone has discovered my trippy voice, this is the Who Styling Who acid. This is what I used to make my friends who tripped and did hallucinating drugs. I would make this voice, and do I have red all over my mouth? Okay, that's fine. This is my little secret mesh weapon. You go like this. But don't do that in front of any men because they will judge you and they will think that you can do things that you probably can with your voice. But don't show that right away. Show that maybe like date 3. because you should be at that part to ready to. Okay, so back to the Trippy Radio Show. When will it air? When is it coming out? All that good stuff.
Well, I'm going to probably say it's probably looking closer to the first of the month. I'm still retinkering anyway, with different music and people coming on and just letting people know it's not really like a black show.
Oh, black? Why would you have to think people would just automatically think it's a black show?
Because I think that people are the people of the urban community hasn't fully embraced what it's like to experience the trip aspect. It's still a small community, so to speak. So what I wanted to do was kind of expose its pleasurable delights and show that, you know, they're not alone, and then it's not just a white person's experience to trip. These are the boots are trippy, like stuff like that. The flower-ish, flowery style. Kalia, you just have the best. Like, this would be considered to be like a trip. So this is what trip over is like in a boot style.
Oh, okay.
So just that type of mesh to it and stuff like that. So,
I like that. What about this? No, because it's just one solid color.
Well, once again, it's everyone's style of trip is different. So this is more almost like a regalish form of art type of trip. So yeah, it also has its own flair and stuff like that. It's definitely like an art trip. So so this has its own particular style as well. So, yeah.
Is there anything I didn't talk about in the trippy world that people need to understand? Because it's honestly, you just took me back. I feel like I did a drug and I didn't even do any type of drug. Just off of just talking about it. Would you believe that you could not be on a drug but talk about being high and kind of trip out?
You can. I have an experience of that.
I'm having that right now. Right now, I'm high. I feel like I'm bugging out.
Wow, shit.
Imagine you could be like that. I think in the pandemic, though, people was literally dead, like tripping out on, like, I don't know, with no drugs, like going crazy. Matter of fact, zip over this way, Roxy. Just zoop.
Yep.
Panel, come on. Should be a third one. Yeah. Yeah, go this way, though, on that side. So I could look like I have a whole bunch of people in my show. So there's 3 girls and three guys and a girl. How are you feeling?
3 guys and a girl?
3 guys and a girl. This is the segment called 3 Guys and a Girl. This is these are all 3 people, 4, or 3 women, all 3 entrepreneurs, ladies in the industry, and 1 man who has a show about masturbation and tripping out and drugs. Let's see how this goes hand in hand. If you're just tuning in, I had a whole interview with a designer and showed no pieces. I'm sitting here. I had to call the girl back like, Miss Thing. Like, this doesn't even make any sense to me. She pulls out the other pieces and leaves. I'm like, what? If you're just tuning in, give them your social media, please.
On Instagram.
Hold on. Here, go use this one.
On Instagram, it's Roxy Official. That's Roxy with an H. RHOXY Official. And on my website is roxylezama.com. So RHOXYLEZAMA.com.
Thank you, because when I watch this interview, I'm going to be killing myself. Get the pieces in your lap. We're going to show them in a minute. But before Trippy Radio tells us anything more about drugs. So if you are a new drug user, what is the first thing you should do when experimenting with drugs?
Well, definitely you should not be alone.
Okay.
Be with somebody experienced that kind of knows what to expect, so you can kind of prepare them for what to expect and stuff like that. Don't think you're having a heart attack, because a lot of times if your heart is racing from something that you're taking that happens to be an upper, sometimes your heart might, like you're drinking like coffee. If you're not a coffee drinker, you might get
I feel like coffee is a
palpitations,
drug. I really do.
like that. So, so
Matt,
stuff
can we
like
get
that.
this third mic on real quick? I'm sorry. I think coffee has some type of cocaine in it. I don't drink coffee, but I feel like then what's the addiction? You get what I'm saying? Like, why do people love coffee so much? What is in coffee?
I don't drink coffee. That's the thing.
I don't drink
really-
coffee.
I don't really
Anybody
drink
here coffee drinker?
I mean, it's caffeine.
Yeah, caffeine. I love coffee.
You're what is the y'all shake if you don't have a coffee, right?
No,
Okay.
I'm not that deep.
But people
think the
shake.
sugar.
There are
Okay.
the
It's
sugar
the
and the
sugar.
caffeine.
It could be the
And-
sugar.
And the extra caffeine is
Yeah.
and then espresso.
To me, when I don't drink coffee every day. So when I do, it hits, boom, and it has a cocaine feel.
I heard that it was like more addictive than cocaine was. Coffee.
To
Ca-
some people,
yeah,
I
to-
believe
yeah.
so.
Cocaine
Yes.
is my drug of choice. So I choose a drug. I don't do cocaine 13 years. 13 years.
Oh, we are having a sober moment. I love that.
But coffee gives me that same feeling that cocaine does. The same exact feeling.
Really? Well, I
I
don't.
see that.
As a cocaine person that have seen a lot of people do cocaine, and cocaine is the top seller, I would say. I would say whoever has control of the cocaine market, God bless them, because the cocaine then to the cocaine now, I wouldn't try cocaine unless you said, I'm dead giving you $1 million. I need the million, almost spent a little bit of it, then I'll take a line. Because if that one line ends my life, at least I had
A whole line.
ASAP Rocky has a thing going on that he's giving out free fentanyl checkers for drugs. You get it free. Go through
Oh,
ASAP.
checkers.
Okay.
I
ASAP
give-
Yam
Yeah.
passed away of a fentanyl
Yeah.
overdose. They are giving it some type of thing connected to A$AP
follow
Rocky.
ASAP
They are
Rocky.
giving out free fentanyl chases for all drugs because fentanyl is in weed also.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Yeah, they just
Not
started-
the
Mhm.
weed.
Yeah,
You
they
can
put
have
it-
anything in the world, but see? Do you see? This is in the book of Revelations. They don't say it, but somewhere at the end, there will be fentanyl in the weed. When it says, I feel like at the
That's
end,
in the Bible. It's in Revelation.
I feel it because you saw that the big old shark on land. Y'all laughing, but this is serious stuff. They just did a fentanyl bust, one of the biggest fentanyl buses in New York City. Do you know how many people were gonna die? But somebody saved them. That fentanyl, and I'm not gonna lie, the first time I really saw it was on Queen of the South. I mean, I knew white people did it, and I'm not trying to be judgy to all my white subscribers and listeners. I'm half white, so I'm never trying to make drugs an issue. But I will say this: the drugs now are not safe. Even alcohol is not safe, and that's why I said, and I hate to use Rick Ross as an example, but he said, I'll Rick Ross you. And that was putting Molly. And at one point, I stopped drinking out of people's bottles and having to spend my own money. And do you know how hurtful that was as a woman to go out and having to spend $100 to drink? And that's a little alcoholish. But men were putting the Mollies in the bottles, and they're like, yeah, you want to drink, and girls be thirsty. It was actually a test to show, oh, you want to be thirsty and not buy your own drink? I ain't gonna say the people that I know that was doing it. And I got Rick Ross on my birthday. I'll never forget it. I almost burnt my hair. But I had this long weave. I was like, they would pass me the bottle. I mean, I'm sorry, I was already drinking, and I grabbed the bottle, being thirsty, and chugged the bottle, and 30 minutes later, I was swinging with the monkey, whatever you just said. Swinging like a monkey, doing fucking burlesque dancing on the top of the thing. Like this, hair almost caught on fire. It was a lot. That's why, no. And then another time in Essos, I decided, this is why I always have my own marijuana. God bless the dead. DJ Cap tells me this all the time. He's like, yo, you're one of the few girls I always see that always has her own weed. You want to know why, ladies and gentlemen? Minding my own business in Essos. I'm sorry, Raekwon, it was not you. But somebody passed me the blunt, and I was thinking to myself, wow, this is a very skinny blunt, right? It was dust. I'm in the club stuck like this. I didn't move, no lie, for 15 minutes. I went into what they call some type of a coma, or like, not a coma, what is it called?
Like a
a dust shock or some shit where you're like, a dust stuck, yeah, where you're just stuck. There was a shootout in Essos. The whole club moves, and I'm stuck right there, thinking that I'm under the table. I watch everybody moving. I'm never moved. This is why there's people that love drugs, and there's people who try drugs. I've been one of those people who've always been lured into taking drugs. And that, for real, because I was like, I'd be like, dancing, right? And then they just assume I'm just already the party girl. Notice this day and age, they don't pull out cocaine. They pull out ecstasy, mollies. And if they do have cocaine, that shit is laced with fentanyl. Because everybody who's fucking doing cocaine is dropping dead. Mm-hmm. And the people that are doing cocaine, they ain't out. They're $1 million. Well, not everybody $1 million. But like the real people who get like the good cocaine, they're in penthouses and like lofts getting high. Like they don't even want to be, because their jaw is doing like 100 and they don't want to be outside.
What about the Omar from The Wire?
Yeah, that was terrible.
I
And
was in Williamsburg. He was copping drugs out.
I don't want to know Williamsburg people coming after me, so I'm gonna just shut up and say where he.
That was actually where he was.
Oh, okay. So you heard that, not from me, but
So that's why I pretty much do the show, because there's still that community, that despite the warnings of certain type of things, they're like, they still put it in faith that they'll be all right, and stuff like that. Sometimes it still doesn't chase people off.
I mean, drugs. First of all, the number one drug that we have here in America that's legal is prescribed drugs, which is pills. So, like, if you take pills, and the crazy part is they don't give black people pills, but white people are hooked on some of the biggest pills, oxycodone, the perks, the morphine. Now, I mean, I'm not one to judge on that morphine, but when I got that morphine shot in my knee, I don't know what the hell is in that shit. But that, I could see how people get addicted to morphine. Because as it was entering my body, I was like, oh. Yes. And whatever Demerol is, when you have that baby.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, my God. Look at that. Look how you got us excited off the drug.
Isn't that what Michael Jackson was like addicted to? I think that's what he was.
That Demerol is
the Proferol. The Proferol.
Oh yeah, Proferol. That Demerol's is the shot you don't want to get for the epidural, because that epidural you could get like permanent back pain. But when they put that Demerol in that IV, and I have some good veins, boy. Woo, that shit is better than sex, because it takes away the pain instantaneously. Now, shout out to like brands like Midol and things like that. Can we get some more effective acetaminophen? I'm just saying, like, some of us don't do Tylenol, Advil. All that stuff is bad for your kidneys. They don't tell you these things. Yeah. So they just like, bam, 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 bam. Shout out to my friend. I'm not going to say her name because I don't. But them diet pills are the devil. That right there, you start with one, and I'm not going to tell the pusher, but she's like, here, mama, eat. These are the side effects. Your heart's going to be racing. You're going to start. I'm like, who wants to do a drug like that where, okay, I'm going to lose some weight, but I may have a heart. I mean, going to cardiac arrest.
Mm-hmm. Those are uppers, as they call it.
What's the difference between an upper and a downer?
Just energy. The uppers are like the speed, cocaine. Like if this room was dirty, I'd be like, hey, I'm just going to clean up everything in here. Maybe I'll clean up the whole hallway. Maybe I'll go out there and clean. As opposed to like the downers are like the heroin, alcohol.
Alcohol is considered a downer?
Alcohol.
Anything you like sleep
heroin.
on that makes you tired.
I just wish everybody was gone. I just want to be here by myself. I just...
No, but you know what? Some weed sometimes
indica weed
get you on a one, and I don't like to be like melancholy. That's why I like sativas.
Me too.
It needs to be
in my weed smoking days.
Yeah. When I was a weed smoker, which I am, and I will stand proud in the women of weed, because if I didn't smoke weed, I probably would be committed in a psychiatric ward, because weed is good. Weed is great. but
helps
don't
a lot.
abuse a weed. Like if you stealing for weed, that's corny. Like if you have to rob, I never really met younger kids do that. Like they rob and steal to get high. Like that's not fun. Mom, don't call in and talk about what I did as a kid. I'm just saying. At some point, if you're an adult stealing at 15, all right, $10 from your parents. You know what I mean? Meet with your other friend that's 10. But I feel bad for y'all. These kids nowadays have to be you have to have 2 or more people because you can't just go buy a nick a bag of weed or a dime. You have to buy 8. And if you have expensive habit and want that Zaza, it's $40. So you might not eat for 2 days. That's because I know parents. Well, now you have to give your kid $20 just to eat lunch if they do eat out.
Seriously.
So if your kid is fasting to get high, I mean it. It don't surprise me. Suburbia, those kids get to the bag. They get their $100. They go. So always find you a middle class friend whose parents always give them at least $25. You know, when they go out, when you go to the mall, that's the friend for $50. They're always the drug addicts. They're like, yo, you want to get a bag of weed? You're like, I have to get home. But they're like, nah, I got it. My parents, we could use I got my mom's debit card. We could take the money out. All right. But then 96% when they get caught, they're going to blame it on their inner city friend that,
Did you know that there are 2 states, and Oregon is one, I forgot the other one was, that a certain amount of cocaine is actually legal, recreational cocaine. You can
what state? Oh, you don't know that state.
Oregon.
Okay.
Oregon. So,
oh
so,
my
they're,
gosh,
so they're starting to open up.
You know you're
where,
a recovering addict living in Oregon with cocaine being legal. I can see why you're moving.
Yeah, so countries as well as the United States are expanding expanding the law on usage of cocaine because there's so many people that's on it, so they're changing the laws for people to be able to use it just like they did with weed. They're doing it with cocaine.
Yeah, oh my God!
Yeah, you can buy shrooms on Amazon now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Everybody is tripping on mushrooms. I literally. Now we'll talk about that. You never tripped on mushrooms?
No.
Oh, okay. So the way that mushrooms are set up. Now, if we're gonna say and be honest about drug use, so they Rick Ross me with the mushrooms in Playa del Carmen.
Girl.
But it was the most funnest experience in my life. I did fall down a flight of stairs, but it was worth it because I got up. I started laughing. The next day, I was hurt. I'm still hurt. I have this big old lump on my leg and an ankle, black and blue. But on a slice of pizza, cool things like that, it takes a while to hit. But child, when them things hit, you done seen Jesus. He said something in your ear. You made a wish. You came back laughing. And be careful of the chocolate bars because that's where they really get you. The chocolate bars, I don't know what's in that. I don't know if it's the chocolate or whatever the case may be. That's a mamanse. But the regular ones, you could, your real mushrooms, you just chew, that takes longer to hit you. That chocolate thing, beware. When your friend... People are pulling them out like Altoids, want a mushroom chocolate? I was like, okay. I'm a trier. I'm a try person. But just be careful what you're trying because if you have a high or low tolerance, again, the sidewalk was way higher than I thought. And I stepped down, almost did a tumble, but whatever. So this concludes my drug use on the Who Styling Who show. I want to... hope my mom is not watching this later because she's going to ask me a lot of questions. So, Ma, again, as an interviewer, I have to just share my experiences with people. I do not do drugs because I don't want Dare coming after me. Oh, but my daughter's 26, so it's cool. No dice coming to me. All right, cool. So all those that do get high, use drugs wisely. Correct?
Yes, absolutely. And always ask the number one question, where did you get this from? We always ask
that. Is a good T-shirt. You do. Where did you get this from? There should be an app where you can scan, because I know ASAP has for the fentanyl, but I need it. Now with the weed, they have the apps that's supposed to tell you if it's supposed to be the za when you scan the back. I don't know how true that is. I'm always gonna buy a $25 Abe. I'm sorry. Like, it's just. Now, feel free, any of the weed connoisseurs that would like to sponsor me, I'm with it. And I got that gas, $80, $50, $60. Who's Styling Soup receives these gifts. I'm just not spending $80 for weed. Shout out to Shice Bubs. He would kill me for saying that. Thank you for the product placement over the weekend. I got to lace him. Chic Luch, thank you. Laced him with Soul D Sporty. Now, Roxy's back, and I just gave a quick tutorial of some of the looks that she had. What is this jacket? Talk to me.
So it's kind of like my transition piece from my last couple lines to my new line. So it's right in between. And you said that you had the other half and half jacket.
Right,
So this one has the reflective arms on it.
You in this reflector,
Yeah.
so this goes perfectly
With
mine.
yep.
Well, we didn't tell you to leave, but okay. This goes with that. This is a look. Circle back if you would like to see me in the white puff. Let me see.
Have one of these already, right?
In the red,
The
but
red
I don't
ones,
have the
right?
black one. The black ones is life. Now let me show them both at one time. Now these are Roxy's signature track pants with the reflectors on the side.
So I'm showing kind of like my older line because I'm dropping this line next week, and but I did show you the puffers that are coming out next week.
These are so good. I have these. I wore these in Atlanta. Very comfortable with a white bodysuit one piece. I'll repost tomorrow. That was a look. How much are your pieces?
So the sweatpants, or these sweatpants now are $60 because I'm dropping my new ones in a week. So
How much is this puffer?
$65 for the puffer, and I like to have my prices pretty affordable because I do cut and sew and manufacturing. So if you do want custom pieces from Roxy Lazama, the price point's just a little bit higher.
Do you take on new clients to do cut and sews for other people?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I'm here. Who's styling who? Get into it. Yes, I have to give this back. We don't do borrows here, but this is fresh off the runway. I'm giving couture fashion off the runway. Sweet. I could not have her on the show without showing pieces because this is a 2-hour show. So I gave you part one. Then I brought her back. She went outside to her beautiful lobby of the lifestyles of the rich and famous here at S.STREET Media. And she gave some looks. And I thank you for coming back. Is there another piece that we showed off? Let me show the first piece that I had. That was the white one? Oh, right. Here we go. So white or black are the only colors that they come in, right? For now?
Yep. For
You
now.
might see these pieces. I pray we see these pieces at Art Basel. So she will be one of the brands featured in my street show. Zavanders, one of the brands featured in my street show. Who's styling who? Devander, if you are not busy, October 22nd, algorithms. Let's show that. When will we matter? Or
Got you.
I have one in an extra large, so we can show that one and one of your jean jackets. That is here in Brooklyn, 7 to 12 p.m. The flyer is up. 283 Liberty Avenue.
It's close to home. I'm there.
She's close to home. We have 2 brands already in rotation. We have two more to looking to be down with the algorithm show. Follow, like, comment, share. I know you guys don't believe me, but I really feel high. I don't know why. I feel like I'm tripping off of.
It's a good mood high. Good mood
I feel like I'm in the mood. Is there anything, guys, you want to share before we leave? Because fashion is important. I have 2 important. Roxy, meet Devander. She is a unisex brand as well. 2 black women doing their thing. You saw the collection. She does kids as well. She started she actually does events where she showcases brands. So, damn, why didn't I call you? You see how it comes to you? Remember I kept saying I was having a brain fart? I'm not.
A lot. That's a.
I'm not even gonna. I don't know why they
Yeah,
call her.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Who Styling Who, like, comment, share, follow the Who Styling Who show. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're tuned into the Who Styling Who show. I will be back next week. If you want to be featured on the Who Styling Who show, this is the perfect time to email whostylingwho@gmail. I'm in love with these jackets.
I just told her, I was like, I'm getting the black one from her.
I'm getting this
Yes,
one.
that is
It
dope.
drops. Who Styling Who has the exclusive drop. What is do these pieces have names?
They're like descriptive names.
What's
but
this one
that's
called?
That's just like Pearl Reflect.
Pearl
crop
for
jacket.
reflector. Who
Yeah.
Styling Who Mamante puffy jacket
Yeah, puffer jacket.
worn by Kalia Clark. You could have been anywhere in the world. It is giving. You want to bumble with the
Lil'
bee,
Kim
huh?
vibe.
Oh, I should have had the all black on. Throw a hex on your whole family. So again, follow, like, comment, share. Everybody give their social media before we go.
Mine's is Dvander, DVANDER 015 on IG.
And mine is Roxy Official. That's RHOXY Official.
Paging Will from BK. I don't know his thing. Okay, he's gone. Kalia Clark, KHALIAH Clark, CLARK. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you tuned in the Who Styling Who show. See you next week.